Hello Class 2. This is just to add to the topic lesson this week on timelines. And I just wanted to show you this picture. You're going to pretend this white strip here isn't there. Because I just want to show you a more detailed timeline of when the ancient Greek period was. And I couldn't quite fit this onto the PowerPoint in a way which you could still read it. So today is all the way down here. So this timeline goes like this, and then there, then here, then here. Okay? Now, today isn't even quite on this timeline. Okay? Well, it is. It's all the way down here where today is. Okay? All the way down here. It's not quite on your screen. Now, ancient Egypt starts here. Okay? So here's the Stone Age, year 4s. You did the Stone Age last year. Stone Age and ancient Egypt starts here. So they overlap a little bit, you can see. So when Stonehenge was being built in the UK, ancient Egypt had already started. So if ancient Egypt lasts for this time and all the way down here and keeps going and 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 finally finishes here. Okay, so if you've heard of the Romans, here's the Romans. Here, this blue bar. So as you can see, they were there during the later ancient Egypt period. And if you've heard of Cleopatra, an ancient Egyptian queen effectively, she was there at the same time as the Romans, and there are lots of stories about that. Now the ancient Greeks are here, this bar here. So when I showed you that the ancient Greeks came after the ancient Egyptians, it's not entirely how it is, because the ancient Egyptians are all of this. So the ancient Greeks did start after the ancient Egyptians. But here's the end of the ancient Greeks. And ancient Egypt's still going, look. Okay. So the ancient Greek period that we're talking about is much, much shorter than the ancient Egyptian period and much shorter than the Romans. Now I showed you that the ancient Greeks started before the Romans. Now as you can see here, there's a little bit before the ancient Greeks, but that bit, it's slightly different to when we think about most of the Romans. So most people do say that the ancient Greeks came before the Romans. But really, as you can see, they were sort of at the same time, those two. And again, they had lots of interaction between them as well, which we might look at later. So this is just a slightly more detailed view for you of when the ancient Greek period was.